And you've probably at this point already heard of Russian officials calling pulp fiction on this alleged report of an American spy within Moscow. This new report aired on CNN, claims that in 2017 the U.S. government successfully extracted a top spy from Moscow over concerns that, President Trump could compromise his identity. Essentially, what CNN is saying is that Trump can't keep his mouth shut. Today, the Russian government is responding to that report. Joining us to discuss it, we're joined now by RT Saskia Taylor, live from Moscow, with more on this. Saskia, how is the Russian government responding, and what do we know about this alleged spy?
Well, the Cold War might be over, but the spy games seem to continue. At least that's what CNN would have you believe, because the outlet, in its typical fashion of referring to multiple secret sources, withholding concrete facts, and of course taking a swing at Trump, reported, as you said, on Monday that back in 2017, the US government extracted a top-level spy from Russia.
Smolenkov worked in the president's administration, but several years ago he was fired. His position wasn't that of a top official. All the discussion in the US media about someone urgently extracting someone and saving someone, etc., it is part of, as you know, a sort of pulp fiction genre.
In the absence of any hard evidence, the rumour mill, of course, went into overdrive, and the informant was widely speculated to be Oleg Smolenkov. Now, Smolenkov is a Russian national who previously worked for the Russian embassy in Washington before becoming really a third-tier state councillor, so not particularly influential. The CNN report, though, paints him really as being one of the CIA's most valued assets, who had access to the highest levels of the Kremlin. But today, Russia's foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, said that whilst he won't be commenting on rumours, he can confirm he's never spoken to Smolenkov, and in fact, he's not even met him. And as we also just heard, the Kremlin spokesperson came out and really laid to rest the idea that Smolenkov was part of Putin's inner circle. Now, the other aspect to the story that poses some question is what role Donald Trump played. This is a CNN article, after all. Where would it be without a mention of Trump? Now, the spy was said to have been targeted over a decade ago, so long before Trump's time, and he's been cultivated since then. Apparently, the whole situation was so sensitive that Obama's briefs didn't even get information on the informant, but rather it was sent to the Oval Office in specially sealed envelopes. But that, again, reportedly all changed when Trump came to power, because CNN alleges that the intelligence agency got a bit rattled by concerns that the president could potentially mishandle confidential information and potentially then expose the spy. So that was when they decided to extract him. What's interesting, though, is that CNN actually asked the CIA about this and were probably left pretty disappointed when it cast strong doubt over the truth behind the story.
Misguided speculation that the president's handling of our nation's most sensitive intelligence, which he has access to each and every day, drove an alleged exfiltration operation is inaccurate.
Shortly after that, putting really another spanner in the CNN report, Trump too came out vehemently denying his involvement.
No, I know nothing about it. I see the CIA responded perfectly. So whatever the CIA said is fine with me, but I heard they responded perfectly. I know nothing.
So there are many holes in this story. We're relying on anonymous sources and classified information, which makes it really almost impossible to verify. Then, of course, the major actors are denying any involvement or indeed knowledge of the case, despite being named and, well, so-called shamed so confidently, yet without any evidence, of course, in the report. The fact that the report also conveniently depicts Trump as a person who's incapable of dealing with the discrete demands of office is probably a plus for US media. With so many loose threads, though, at this stage, the story is looking more than anything else, it's reading a bit like a spy thriller.
Certainly sounds like it. Thank you so much for staying a little late for us. Saskia Taylor over in Moscow. Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.